hot chocolate and coconut oil. So good. So I just did some breathing exercises in my last video to help to release overactive thinking from the mind. Let's bring in some peace of mind, not chaos, not over-analyzing, overthinking, or you think so many things and it's like, oh my God, I have a headache, I'm stressed out now, I need to like step away from this. It's getting a nice detailed plan. So if you have something you're excited about, and you start thinking about it and you realize, okay, well, if I'm gonna be able to do that, or if I want to go on this trip, that means that I need to figure out accommodations, I need to figure out travel plans, I need to figure out how much money it's gonna cost. I'm gonna have to tell people, like family members, hey, I'm not gonna be here for the next month. Can you stop by and check the mail? Or hey, I'm gonna have to tell the mail to put the mail on hold. I'm gonna have to request this time off from work and take all this vacation time or sick time or whatever. If you're self-employed, you don't have to worry about that. But you might need to check in with all your clients, or customers, or, when there are these exciting things happening, it takes planning. And if you let that monkey mind take over, it can get really overstimulating, exhausting, stressful, chaotic. So I did just post a video on the specific breathing that you can do, the visualizations, the virtues that you can hone in on while inhaling. So that's what you're trying to bring in. And also the noises or sounds that you can make to let it all go, release it out. So check out that video if you are ever experiencing just too much thinking and you need to calm down. That's what that's there for. And I do apologize in advance there. It definitely, by me just talking about the fire element and how it like erupts mentally and rises up into the head, you'll notice that I definitely in the video experienced some monkey mind and squirrel moments and like jumping around as different thoughts came in. So that's really common. One last note on these breathing exercises that I'm posting this week is that you'll notice, especially if the emotions are really active and current and happening for you in the moment, that as you exhale, those first few exhales are gonna be strong and long because you have so much of it active in you that your body is like, I've got more to get rid of. So that's great. Keep on doing it and you'll know that you've cleared a lot of the emotions because you'll start to feel more soothed as you do more of the breathing. And as you release more and more of it, your those exhales will start to shorten and they'll be more weak. So, by the end of it, you might just be, instead of in the beginning, like a large I've still got some good fire going on in me. Like that was a long and strong one. But as you continue to do the inhales and those exhales, they'll end up getting shorter and weaker. So like for example, as you're getting towards the end of clearing those emotions, your exhale might sound more like a and you'll notice a difference. And that is great. That's showing you that it's working. And it's always just a helpful self-diagnostic tool to know which of these acquired emotions, are more prevalent for you, or maybe come up more often, because we all have different, we all have differences, and we all have different elements that need different balancing. So yeah, I wanted to just kind of do a little extended explanation video on that, and also share some cards that came up yesterday after I did the wood element video that I thought were really nice. So this is kind of also an extension of that wood element, releasing stress, frustration, anger, irritability, annoyance, frustration. Frustration was really prevalent for me yesterday morning, so it comes up a lot. And the color to strengthen this feeling of compassion and kindness, which is the virtue in the wood element. The color is a green color. So I have a few things right here that I did bring up yesterday at various times. So I've got this aquamarine, which is this really beautiful greenish tone. So you can always work with the visual of a green. It's even like a bluish green sometimes. Work with what feels best for you and what's soothing for you. So green in any shade or tone, and if it has a little blue in it, that's totally cool. The green color really helps with the heart chakra. This is an essential oil blend that I ended up making yesterday just to help me to also feel more calm, kind. It really smells amazing. I took 4 essential oils, essential oil blends, and I used numerology, and I put in a certain number of each one that felt right to me. And then I filled the rest up with sweet almond oil, which is a carrier oil. So it dilutes it, makes it really safe for anyone in any age to use. And the reason why it's green, I don't use food colorings or dyes because but it's green because there's an oil in 1 or 2 of the blends that I used called Blue Tansy. And so mixed with the other essential oils in there, it turned it this really beautiful green color. So I just wanted to kind of show that off for a minute. And then here are the cards from yesterday that I thought were beautiful to wrap up the wood element. This card says Increased Energy. It's from an Archangel Raphael deck, and Archangel Raphael is he's the healer. He rules all things healing, love, heart chakra. So if you're ever experiencing, these feelings of anger, hatred, jealousy, like green with envy is a phrase that's out there. If you're ever feeling those, you can always call on Archangel Raphael for assistance as well. I'm gonna lower this a little bit because I'm kind of hunching over to talk. Okay. I really love this card. This card gave me a really lovely visual to work with back in the day when I was starting out with my visualization meditations and the healing meditations, because there's so much beautiful green in his wings here, or her wings, and I see light come out of my body, especially when I'm in meditation. And my typical colors personally are more like peaches, pinks, lavenders, and golds. But I will work with these green tones when I'm really trying to tune into my heart chakra, healing it, bringing in more balance, compassion, kindness. Maybe there's something that is happening that's causing me to feel like I have a short fuse, and maybe I want to bring in more patience and more like soothing. So this card did come up yesterday at, when I finished doing some card readings, and I love this card. It's one of my favorites in this Archangel Raphael deck. The little prayer at the bottom is, Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for filling me with the unlimited energy of divine love and light. So really sweet. And then I also pulled this card yesterday in the reading that I posted, and it is Unconditional Joy. And today, the video that I posted is all about the fire element. And the fire element, the virtue for it is joy or excitement, order, and peace. Those are like the virtues to really work with. And the acquired emotions that can really wreak havoc are chaos, like overthinking, too many thoughts, where you think about one thing and then all of a sudden you're also thinking, well, okay, now I have to think about this, and how is that gonna happen, and I have to do this, and I have to reach out to this person, and like all of a sudden you're like, like up in flames mentally, and it can be a lot. So I wanted to just really emphasize this card that came up yesterday, this Unconditional Joy. And when you're having those like overwhelming thoughts, to go ahead and check out the breathing exercises that you can do in the other video that I posted. But also, what helps me when I'm like too in my head about things is working with animals, even children. There's so much purity, and there's so, God, the word that comes up is basic, but that's not the right word. But like the communication really gets down to a really much more like simple style of communicating with animals. You know, whether you're an animal person or not, I know that everyone at some point in time has had some type of beautiful experience with an animal, even if they're not your own pet. Even, you know, if like maybe it's you just looking out the window and you see a hummingbird flying by. I doubt that there's someone out there who's such a Scrooge that is like, I hate hummingbirds, you know? Like, just visualizing some sort of animal companion can really simplify some of those excess thoughts. So I wanted to just, re-emphasize this card because of all of those cute little fur buddies. And, you know, a lot of times you don't have to even say anything to them. I talk to my animals, so I still talk to them, but it just simplifies the communication a lot. And when there's overactive thinking, it causes a lot of overcomplication and chaos. So it's a little bit of kind of like a more in-depth and wrap up and like bringing it all together message that I wanted to share with you all, just in relation to the wood element and the fire element. I hope that helps. Like or comment if this did help. It really helps me. You can subscribe to my channel. Hey! And I'll see you guys in the next video. We'll be talking about the earth element and give you a little teaser. The acquired emotions that we will be releasing in these breathing techniques are worry. Worry and obsessive thinking, where you just keep thinking about the same thing over and over and over again. Okay, see you then.